Hi guys, Richkingretro here, back with another video from my YouTube channel. This time it's all about the board games. You know I love my board games. It's just easier for me to sit in here with my big table rather than sort of like go in my games room. It's just hard to position the camera, so I will be doing a video in my games room soon. But yeah, so I love my board games. I've probably got over 100 I would say, but I'm slowly building up the collection. I'm getting rid of some of the older stuff that was on here. There's always like new stuff, and I'm moving stuff around to fit other stuff in. And it's getting a bit like Tetris, so yeah, so there's stuff going in that collection. Yeah, there's a few new board games which I just want to share with you guys. And I was playing this at I've seen this at UK Games Expo, and I've also played it at Play Expo. And it's Resident Evil, the deck building game. These, for some reason, they go for quite a lot of money. This is expansion. So yeah, normally they go for about £50 plus on Amazon and eBay, and I remember seeing them at a shop, and I got these ones from the Guild. I think it's Torquay Guild of Gamers. So I was like up all night thinking, where was it? Where was those Resident Evil deck building games? Because it's out of print. Basically, when a board game goes out of print, within like a year or so, the price just goes up, and yeah, and it gets rarer. And sometimes it's 3 or 4 years later they actually do like a reprint, or yeah, it's either a reprint or revised edition, where they normally update all the rules and stuff. But yeah, so happy to get these. I got these for £40, £20 each, and yeah, this one was sealed. So yeah, so this is Resident Evil the deck building game. This is Mercenaries. So this is sort of set in between Resident Evil 4 and 5, and there's Outbreak, which I'm not quite sure. I think this one was actually before this one, because there's the original one, which is just set up just about the same time as the film, the very first film. I'm saying most of these you can actually just get from America. Yeah, that's 2012. What do you say? That's 2011. Yeah, so this one actually came out first before Mercenaries. So there's about 4 or 5 of them. And if you ever played a deck building game, normally you have like up to 10 little piles of cards in the middle. Well, this is basic. For example, you've got ammo, you've got weapons, and you've got like money and like action and abilities. And then there's just a normal deck on the side, which is basically called the mansion. So each one of these, each character. So I might do a little video of facing down on the table. So it is quite good. You each your character, and when you sort of like more people you kill, more zombies you kill, then you sort of level up, and you have abilities that like make you defeat the monsters better or just mess up your opponent. So it's a really good game, and I think you have up to 10 cards. Is it 10 cards or 7 cards? Basically, you have in your starting hand, I think you have like 2 weapons, which is just the average like pistol, and then you have ammo to go with it, and also like some money. So you're able to use the ammo to buy other weapons, and ammo to go with the guns. And then yeah, so to go into the mansion, you need to be able to have the right amount of ammo to go with the guns, and then they've actually got like hit points, how much they actually hit them for, and then you draw a card, and some monsters are like just only like 20 points. Some of them are like 60 points, and if you lose, you do whatever it says on the card when you lose. But yeah, so I'm really happy to pick up these. This one's going for like 50 quid for some reason, so yeah, this is like this is the older one. And this one was, I think that one was sealed. Yeah, so happy to pick these up. Really good lads actually, Torquay Guild of Gamers. Every time I go there, I always want to go in the hairdressers, where the guy from Games Master apparently has got like hairdressers on Torquay. I always get there, always think, I wonder if that guy from Games Master's there. Because I read in like Richkingretro Gamer and said he runs the hairdressers in Torquay, and I was like driving home thinking, damn it, should have went searching for the goddamn hairdressers. Who is it? The Master or the Champion? Whatever it's called, the undefeatable guy. I forgot his name, but yeah. So yeah, every time I go there, so I will get there sometime. But yeah, so I'm buying lots of board games at the moment for fun. Yeah, this one was unsealed, but it was all unpunched, meaning all the tokens were still in the little sort of like cardboard, yeah, sort of the cardboard outlay. So none of it was punched. But yeah, so really happy to get Resident Evil, the deck building game, into the collection. So these bigger ones, they're like sort of like core sets, they would call them, and you can add these, which are expansions, and basically just you can easily use characters. These just gives you extra characters, it gives you extra 150 cards, a different rule book for it. So yeah, So I guess some of them's just like a town, some of them's a mansion, just different parts of the Resident Evil story. Next game, which I absolutely love, which was out of print, is Betrayal on the House on the Hill. Oh, man, I played this game. This game has recently been reprinted. It's just come out. I think it was the 9th of October. So recently, but before the 9th of October, on eBay, it was like £150 plus. On Amazon, it was like £200 plus. Basically, it was a limited run board game, and if you ever heard of Dice Tower and also Board Game Geek, everyone's like going on there at the moment, and there's lots of like basically when they do video of the games, people obviously watch the videos on YouTube because they got channels on YouTube. They watch the videos on YouTube and then they go and buy the game. So everyone just rushes to buy the game, and this scored quite highly on Board Game Geek, and lots of the Dice Towers. There's some guy from Star Trek. What's he called? Wesley Crusher. I forgot. Yeah, I don't know what they're called. I keep on forgetting them. Round Table. Yeah, I think they're called Round Table. Board Game Round Table. So when they showed this game, everybody just went crazy because they gave it a good review and purchased the game, and it was like a £50 game you could buy, and then it went out of print, and then before you know it was like going for £200 or £300. But yeah, this is the second edition. So yeah, so every time they do a board game on there, publishers are so slow to react to the demand that it goes absolutely crazy. Even like a day before, this was like the day before it was actually being released for I think it retails about £40, £45. There's still people quickly trying to sell off their copies because they know that this was being released the next day. They're still selling for like 100, 110 quid. So we're still getting crazy value out of it. So yeah, it's just a re-release of the game. I don't think there's any new rules at all. There's no extras in it at all. So really happy to get this in the game, get this in the board game collection. And basically, I think it's up to 6 players. You're basically 6 characters. You go to the mansion. You've all got different stats, and you basically search the house. Basically, trying to level up all your abilities, stamina, and all that, move and stuff. And when you go to the room, you put over the tile, and there's some kind of symbol. It's hard to explain. It is hard to explain. And you end up doing events, and some events, and you got items, and it's quite hard to explain. I might start doing reviews of board games because lots of people are liking them at the moment. But there's like your character sheets. There's like plenty of dice in there. Yeah. And basically, one of you ends up being a traitor. When you get to a certain level, you have to roll a dice. Say if you get to level 5, and if you roll the dice and you roll under the 5, one of you is announced as a traitor. You normally, depending what item you've actually just drawn, and depending who you are, you just look at this book and you figure out you're a traitor. And then normally you have to leave the room and you have to do like a task. Like what was the other day, which was really annoying? Was I think we played 4 games, and 3 games I wasn't the traitor, but I was traitor at the end. And all the other guys, like, we all beat the traitor. No, we didn't beat the traitor because the traitor won. But then when it was me, bloody, I lost as the traitor. I was like, great. Yeah, you got 3 different levels. You got the ground floor, you got the basement, and you got the top floor. And you pick over a tile, and then you slowly build up the mansion that way. And then when one of you is the traitor, you look in the book. It's a bit like the bloody what are those books called? But Steve Jackson books, like turn to page 52 and do this and do that, you know? Those kind of books. What are they called? I've got them here. Oh yeah, the fighting fantasy books. It's a bit like that, and you look at it there, and there's always there's about 100 or so, or 50, maybe 50 or 100 scenarios. So basically, there were some victims in the in the loft, and I had some cultists. And the victims had to escape, and I had to try and get my cultists and my character as a traitor to basically try and kill the people and eat them as eat the victims. And the other guys had to try and stop me by helping the victims escape, and also they had to escape and try and kill my guys. Because the top floor, the first floor only had like 3 tiles, all they do was just like basically 2 moves, they escape the mansion. I'm like, great. But normally, the top floor, the first floor, normally is pretty big. It's normally like 8 or 9 tiles because we rolled it too early. I think we were like round 3 or so, and you just have to roll like 3 or more, which is really easy to do. And I think I just rolled a 2. It's like a 1 in like 30 chance, or something stupid, of rolling a 2 because we've got like 6 dice or whatever, and just did it. Yeah, so it was really good fun. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, they got some a pentagram circle, and basically they had to. I think Dale, he had to kill us and then take us to the pentagram room and sacrifice us. And he had some minions. Come along and just like attack us as well. I think some vampires or something, and they had to, and you have to try and stop him. But what we had to do was we had to pick up some items and then chuck them down over a crevice or something. Yeah, but I think we lost that. We got pretty messed up. We all died because all our stats are pretty low. Yeah, but it's a really good game. So I'll probably explain it pretty badly, but yeah. So I might start doing some board game unboxing, I guess, and go in a bit more detail, or do an update of the collection. So yeah, so really happy with the deck building. Need to know if I'm good for with board games, because they always just go up in price. So if you do buy a board game like this for like 20 quid, you just know in like 2 or 3 years time, the money will just go up. And once you're sort of like done with it, second hand, you can just sell it for others. Always the same amount of money, or even more. So yeah, so board game is getting quite big. You've seen a few retro events, even Play Expo. They had a board game area. Those guys were selling. There were a few vendors and that. The previous years they had no board game vendors. I remember, but yeah, so it's getting really popular. It's a bit cheaper than video gaming. Not really. I'm spending too much money. I probably spend just as much money on board games as I do video games at the moment. But yeah, so it's getting to the winter now. So I might do a bit more just random playthrough videos, just me and my mates having a few beers, just playing random games, because the card booting season's gone. It's basically finished. Look at Gumtree's pretty rubbish. I'll still look out for a few things, but I can imagine now until maybe February half term I won't be picking up much games at all. I think I said that last year and picked up quite a lot of random stuff. But yeah, so I haven't got many events to go to. I would normally be going to Geek 2014. 13, or I guess it'll be now 15. I'm sort of a bit low on money and decided not to go there. It's quite a long way to go. So I'm Cornwall to believe Margate. It's like a 5-6 hour trip, and it's in February, and it's just a bit too much with the petrol and that. So I'm going to give it a miss this year. And there is an event a week later just in Cardiff, so I'm just going to go to that. So it'll just be easier for me just to go to Cardiff. It's only 2 hours up the road, a bit cheaper, a bit closer to home, and I don't really have to book lots of days off work rather than go to Margate. I have to book a few more extra days off work because I get knackered and that. So yeah, so I've got, what event have I got coming up soon? Oh yeah, Distant Worlds. So hopefully meet up with Retro Chef. Meet up with him on the Sunday. And then go to Video Games Live. And yeah, have a good night. Good day, good evening. Get our geek power on. So yeah, so cheers guys. Stars. I wish I had some voices in there. Stars. It's Brad from Bravo Team. It's a shadow of his former self or something. He's been pecked to death. No, don't come this way. There's so many voices we were doing when we were playing this. It was fucking hilarious. Jill? Where's Jill? She's just a Jill sandwich. Zombies? Sorry about that, darling. There's so fucking many. Just go. Yeah, okay, let's go now before I start quoting every Resident Evil quote. Stars. Stars. They're like the worst people ever, man. Seriously. You need more than just knocking the door, mate. We got loads of zombies bursting through the windows. And I've just got a knife. I just want to get to mating, knife him to death and get some special equipment from him. Get his clothes, I think. Okay. I've had enough little random Resident Evil rant. Such a good game. You play it now, guys, it's bloody hilarious. It is really funny. It's definitely like a B movie. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the HD remakes as well. So they're coming out soon. And it's the GameCube one, so quite a lot of people have only played the Resident Evil 1 on the PS1 or Resident Evil Director's Cut on the PS1. And yeah, so the GameCube ones, there's like different puzzles, things are moved around, things are a lot harder, yeah, a lot more scarier, much better up-to-date graphics than that. So yeah, it's just pretty good, guys. So yeah, cheers. Whoop whoop.